Now with the results in South Carolina with our ABC News political director, Rick Klein. Rick, good morning to you. So walk us through what went right for Donald Trump.
Yeah, almost everything went right for Donald Trump. This was a blowout. We talked about closing the gap. We went from about 11 points in New Hampshire to more than 20 in the final tally in South Carolina. A couple of counties, only 3 out of 46 carried by Nikki Haley, even though she was governor of that state. One of the key ones, her home county of Charleston, the Low Country, where there's a more liberal and a little bit of a more retirement community down there. This is the one congressional district that she carried. That's how she ends up with 3 delegates, but that's 3 delegates out of 50 across the state. This was an absolute blowout by Donald Trump and a major statement in Nikki Haley's home state.
And Rick, we heard from voters in South Carolina as they left the polls. What stands out to you?
Yeah, a couple things to focus on. First, the issue that Donald Trump has with independent voters remains real. Look at this. 70% of Republicans said that they voted for Donald Trump. Remember, in South Carolina, independents and even Democrats were allowed to vote. But among independents, it was 60-29 in the other direction. That's Nikki Haley dominating among independents. So for a Republican primary, Donald Trump is dominant. But when you look to the general election, you might see some issues. Now, the key question that Nikki Haley put to voters was one of electability, and it frankly fell flat. We asked people if they thought that Donald Trump or Nikki Haley were able to beat Joe Biden. 82% say it's likely that Donald Trump beats Biden. That's only 59% when it comes to Nikki Haley. And given all the legal issues that Donald Trump is facing, we asked in the exit polls if Donald Trump would be qualified, would be fit to serve if he was convicted of a crime. 61% of Republicans said yes, but 36% saying no is actually a significant number. That makes Nikki Haley's point. That's more than a third of Republican voters who say that Donald Trump would not be fit to be president if he's convicted of a crime.
And Rick, despite all of that, as we heard from Alex in his piece, Nikki Haley took to the stage last night telling supporters she's staying in the race. Just how difficult is her path forward now?
Yeah, it is really hard. Now, there's a lot of voting to come, but we are in a national campaign right now. And after Michigan on Tuesday, a week later is Super Tuesday. Look at all these states, from California to Maine, a whole lot of delegates at stake. But here's the thing. When it comes to places where Nikki Haley can actually be competitive, there's only about 7 states where she can even pick up delegates, realistically speaking. The rules are written in a way that makes it very hard for someone who's behind to catch up. So she's going to be hitting places like Texas and Virginia and North Carolina, not to win the state. That's probably not going to happen, but maybe just to pick up a few delegates here or there. And the brutal math is tied to this calendar. Right now, we're still pretty early, but as of March 5th, Super Tuesday, almost half of all the delegates are selected. And by that point, it will be almost impossible for anyone to catch Donald Trump. Nikki Haley in a much diminished place in terms of trying to catch up. Really, she's there as a backup plan. Whit.
All right, Rick Klein for us. We know you had a late night and an early morning with us. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.